Are you trying to swing the golf club longer because you think it's going to give you more distance? I'm going to debunk this today and show you that in an attempt to do so, too many players are causing their wrists to break down, their arm structure to break down. So stick around, especially to the end, because you're going to want to see the drill that I give you to ensure that you've got the right amount of wrist hinge at the top of the swing. There is an optimal position at the top of your golf swing in which we're going to maintain the integrity of what's called a flat lead wrist, or essentially the angle between your lead wrist and your forearm. Let's look at a player who swings the golf club too long. What we see a lot of players do is to try and get more distance, their arms tend to swing longer than the turn of their body. We're going to see that the lead wrist actually begins to cup and break down. As a result of that, the club head's going to travel further, and then in transition, we're going to see that this club shaft gets quite steep and the club face is going to open. So we want to make sure that the optimal amount of wrist hinge at the top of the swing is controlled. So we're using our chest as a nice big engine for the backswing, and we're getting our wrist hinge in such a way where we're getting a flat lead wrist. The back of that left wrist for the right hander and the forearm should be in a relatively matching orientation. That means that we're in a controlled position at the top of the swing, whereas if we were to get back down to impact, we're going to be able to get back into those alignments, and that's going to help us massively compress the golf ball. The more we cup our wrists at the top of the swing, well, then it's just so hard to get into that tour impact position that you see with all your favorite golfers: handle forward, weight forward, club de-lofting, and that ball squeezing off the face. Let's hit a shot with too much wrist hinge and have a look what happens. Very loose, long, didn't feel powerful at all, lots of spin, high launch angle. The ball is not going to go very far. So it's evident that we need to work on our wrist hinge at the top of the swing and show you an optimal amount it should be, so to ensure that you're not falling into this trap of swinging it too long. And I've got a HackMotion wrist sensor on, and we're going to use one of the great tools that they've got here to work on this. We've set this up so it's going to be working on our top of swing wrist hinge to show us exactly how much we need. So I've just put it onto my left hand glove and my forearm, and it's telling me to set up at address. As soon as I've done so, it's going to know that I'm in my address position. I stay still for a second, and then it prompts me to swing to the top. When I get to the top and I stop, we have to try and get ourselves in range. We can see if I go too flexed or too extended, we're going to see that nice big red graphic, and we're not going to get that nice feedback on our wrist as well. But as soon as we get in range, bang, we get that positive confirmation, feel, matching the reel. We've got the optimal amount of wrist hinge where we're not breaking those wrists down, getting too much cup. Once again, we're going to set up. When prompted, we're going to swing to the top. In range, that feels beautiful. Even swinging through, we can see from that position, that felt great. Do small little swings, and I love the fact that you can actually hit shots while doing this drill. On this one, what we're going to do is we're actually going to demonstrate a swing which is too long. So we can see big red number there. Let's go ahead and try and hit this shot. Because the wrist was cupped, the shaft was coming down steep, the face was open, and the ball went a long way to the right. So let's rectify that one quickly using the training drill provided. From address, we're going to swing slowly back to the top. Beautiful, in range. Straight away. Man, that felt good. And we look at the slow-mo of that, really achieving that optimal length of backswing. Using, as I talk about in a lot of videos, a big body turn, a short arm swing, a controlled wrist hinge. The combination of those will put ourselves in a position where we're going to get that tour look, that top of the backswing position. That just makes it so easy to get back to that impact and strike the ball clean. Now look, I've tried a lot of training aids over the time, but the HackMotion wrist sensor, without a doubt, is one of my favorite to work on the wrist mechanics, mainly because of the feedback and the gamification of practice. It just makes it so easy and enjoyable to work on some very complicated parts of the golf swing, but most importantly, get instant results, as you've seen here from simply just working on my wrist hinge. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you've got any questions, please ask me below. But until next time, I'm Kerry Gray. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.